Alright guys, today we're going to do another gameplay video. This is running on the Sega STV arcade hardware, and this is one of the pickups I got last week. And this is going to be Terra Diver for the STV. Also known as, well, in Japan it's called Soukyugurentai. Excuse my poor Japanese there. This is a vertical shoot 'em up game by Rising that came out back in the mid-90s. I think it was 96, and I think there was a year later there was a Sega Saturn conversion that was released, which as far as I know, I don't have that version, is arcade perfect. And there was also a PlayStation version, which I think Data East actually released in 97, which is very good too. And I think the PlayStation version has a little bit of exclusivity in that there's actually a fourth ship that you can choose from at the start of the game. In the arcade version, you can choose from 3 different ships. So, like I said, yeah, it's a racing vertical shoot 'em up. Plays in horizontal mode, which makes things really easy for someone like myself that only has one cabinet and has difficulty or has no real way of playing vertical shooters at this stage, at least anyway. I don't have like a super gun or another piece of arcade equipment to run vertical boards, so that's quite nice. The game itself, it's a really cool game. It's the backstory is basically set in the future, and the Earth's resources have been depleted, and there's different companies out there, big mining corporations that have been taking the resources and fighting with each other, and it's your job to go in there and kind of maintain order to Earth and all that stuff. It's a really cool plot line. The game itself is very good, as mentioned. It's a little bit underrated on the STV. Obviously, Radiant Silvergun gets all the accolades, but this is almost as good in my opinion. The sound and the music, it's actually the same composer that composed both of these games, or this game and Radiant Silvergun, so that's top quality. The boss fights in this game are just great. The strategy and the zooming and the rotation and all that stuff is really cool. So let's just jump into the game. I've kind of talked about it way too much, so let's take a look and I'll show you some gameplay here. As mentioned, you can pick from 3 different ships. I like the red ship, and I'll show you what these buttons do. And we'll play a couple of credits. I'm not good at this game by any means, so just bear with me, but I'll do the best I can. So you got your standard shoot button. If you hold down the shoot button, it releases this net where anything inside the net gets targeted and locked on, and you can launch your missiles, and that's actually a really important feature of the game. Basically, you really need to master that whole thing, otherwise you won't get very far in this game at all. You really need to master the locking on of the net concept. The second button is the bomb. I won't use that just yet. And the third button actually changes your net type. So you can have like a pinpoint net like this, or you can have a more spread one, which is the one I showed you before, like this one here. So there's different uses for both as you kind of go through the game. And learning how to kind of 1cc this game really requires, obviously, you got to remember the patterns and the formations and all that, but use of when to use the different kind of nets to lock on your targets is basically essential, and I'm certainly nowhere near at that point yet. So this is the first stage. It's a fairly easy stage. It just kind of just gets you in the gameplay. Things get really trickier after level 2. Just use the bomb there because I got one. God. Not a very good start. Credit. Doing terribly here, guys. As you can see, it just starts getting really tough. But it's very addictive. I just can't put this down. I just want to keep playing it over and over again. It's just that kind of effect has that kind of effect on me.